things the Lord requires so that we stay under his protection. Please keep reading.
Verse 11. And y'all shall wave the sheep before the Lord, to accept it for you on the morrow after the Sabbath. The priest shall wave it. Mm-hmm. And you shall offer that day when y'all wave the sheep, and he lamb without blemish.
Mm-hmm. A young lamb without blemish, a he lamb, or a male lamb with no blemish, no spot, no imperfection. Come on, keep going.
Oh, no. Of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. Mm-hmm. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, and the offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor, and the drink offering therefore shall be of wine and the full part of a hin.
All right. Now it's saying the offerings is, just so that you understand, this Bible is not talking about our oppressors. This is about so-called blacks and Hispanics. The offering that the Lord requires is meat with fine flour mingled in oil. What is meat called that you cook, you flour it, you put it in oil, and you set it on fire? What is that meat? What is that called when you prepare that food? When you take the meat and you put it in flour and oil and then you cook it. Who can tell me what that's called? Has anybody ever made that dish before? Anybody ever heard of that?
Tell me what that's called.
Anybody cook? Nobody ever cooked before? What is fine flour? You take meat and you set it in flour and then you cook it in oil in a pan. What is that called? Tazia, go ahead. What's that called?
Frying your food. Fried
it's called
chicken.
What? It's called what?
Fried chicken.
It's frying your food. The offerings of the Lord in the temple, one of these offerings is fried meat.
Right.
You understand? This is all talking about black people. That's right. This is fried. The Lord requires an offering made of fine flour mingled with oil and meat. This is a recipe for cooking food here that the Lord has specific requirements.
Right.
And he said he wanted with wine. You understand? With wine, with something to drink, with some strong meat and something to drink. You understand? This is not our oppressors book. This is not about white people here. This is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. These are our records that the Lord gave. You understand? Keep going.
Oh no. And y'all shall eat neither bread.
Ye, that word. Ye. Oh, shall eat.
And y'all.
You.
And you shall not eat neither bread, nor pork corn, nor green ears until the self-same day that you have bought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever thereout your generations in all your dwellings. Verse 15.
All right. All right.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wayasapartham, Lakam, Mamachara, Hashabat, Mayawam, Habayaarakam, Aymar, Hathanawat, it's like it, Hathanawapa, Shabai, Shabathwa, it's like you, Shabatawat, Thamayama, Tahayayan, it's like it, Tahayayana, Tahayayana, it's like it. Verse 16. I, Mama Karat, Hashabat, Hashabayaif, the Saparwa, Hashemayim, Yawam, Wahakarabtham, Manakha, it's like it, Khatasha, it's like it, Khatasha, La Yahweh, verse 17. Mama Washabat Yakum, Tabayaawa, Laham, it's like it, Lacham. Tanawapa, Shafyum, Shanya, Ishar, it's like it, Isharanyum, Ilah, it's like it, Altha, it's like it, Shalah, it's like it, Shalah, Tahayayana, Hamata, it's like it, Hamataza, it's like it, Apayana, Bakawarium, Layaw, verse 18. Wahakurab, Thumb, Al, Halacham, Shabbat, Kabasham, Kabash, like Kabashim, Thamayam. It's like it. Thamayam, Thamayama, Banyam, Shana, Wapar Bun, Bakwar, Achad, Wa'ayalam, it's like it. Wa'ayalam, Shanyam, Yahayawa, Ayla, La Yahawa, Wamanakha, it's like it. Wamanachafma, Wanasak Jaham, Asha, Rayak, Nayakak, Layawa. Verse 19. What Aishaya thumb. Sha'ayar. Aitazayam. Achad. Lakamata. Lakamata. Washanyam. It's like it. Washanya. Kabashyam. Banya. Shana. Lazabak. Shalom. Shalamium. Verse 20. Wahanayak. Hakahan. Al Laham. It's like a Lacham. Habakawarium. Thanapa. Lapanya Yahawa Al Shanya. Kabashium. Quadash. Yahayawa. La Yahawa. Lakahan. Verse 21. Wakara'ah thumb. Ba'aitism. Hayawam. Hazah. Makura'ah. Quadash. Yahawa. Lakam. Kal. Mala'akah. Ibada la'ah. Ibada la'ah. The Aishawa. The Kwaf. Wa'ilam. Bakal. Mawashabaf yakam. La Dadaf yakam.
Can I say something? Give the brother a hand. Of course, as you know, I am transmitting also on the TikTok live, okay? So there's going to be sometimes I have to shoot questions to you so you can answer, right? But let me make this statement, right? And I have to do this for the purpose of the idiots that we get on TikTok. This is my disclaimer. This should always be the disclaimer. We're not a hate group because we don't give a damn what color a person is. What we care about is the crimes committed against blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. For some idiot to come and say this is a hate group because black people and Latinos decide to come together and celebrate the Lord's holiday, that makes us a hate group. Somebody answer that. Does that make us a hate group? It's not a hate group. You know what I'm saying? You know what's a hate group? Donald Trump is a hate group. The United States government is a hate group. You know what I'm saying? Separating families at the border, that's a hate group. You know what I'm saying? You catch the bum rush the Capitol, you're a hate group. You know what I'm saying? The hate group is the people who killed Trayvon Martin and Eric Garner. That's a hate group.
Right.
We don't do that here. We follow the law, statutes, and commandments. We follow what the Lord say. You know what I'm saying? For you idiots that are on TikTok, y'all just plainly stupid. Continue.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 15. And you shall count unto you from the marrow after the Sabbath, from the day that you breed the sheep of the wave offering. 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Verse 16. Even unto marrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye number offering a new meat offering unto the Lord. Verse 17. Ye shall bring out your habitations 2 ways, 2 loaves. I'm sorry. 2 loaves of.
Okay.
2 ways.
Yeah.
Question.
Somebody had a question for you. They wanted to know what this stream is about.
This is the Lord's high holy day, the feast of first fruits. The Lord has high holy days that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. And these high holy days that the Lord has set up, these are the days that we are supposed to follow. The Lord has ordered us to obey these days, not the Christian, Muslim, Democratic, or American holidays that we have been raised to do so because of our slave masters' culture. This was always the culture of those people that are named of our people before going into captivity, before going into slavery and being colonized by the Europeans. So that's what we're doing. You're right, so I'm talking to him.
Oh, come on.
Wow. All right.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 17.
Yeah.
You shall bring out your habitation 2 waves loaves of 2 tenths dill. They shall be of fine flour, they shall be baked unto leaven. They are the first fruit unto the Lord. Verse 18. And you shall offer the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and and 2 rams. There shall be for burning offerings unto the Lord, with their meat offerings and their drink offerings, even an offering made by the fire of the sweet Sabbath unto the Lord. Verse 19. Then you shall sacrifice 1 kid of goat for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of the peace offering. Verse 20. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruit for a wave offering before the Lord with the 2 lambs. They shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. Verse 21. And you shall proclaim on the self same day that it may be a holy convocation unto you. You shall do no silver work. Therefore, it shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
So, Bishop, we're gonna be a little bit more boastful with your speech. All right? So that way they can hear everything, all right? What? That's for everybody up there, because y'all do kind of sound low.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22. In the Hebrew, what will Tazar come?
Hold on. If you want to answer this comment, it says, and now you are doing the colonizer's work.
This has nothing to do with any colonizer. This is the exact opposite. This is untraining our people from following the customs that we got through colonization. These high holy days destroy the high holy days that we learned from our colonizers. We are not celebrating Father's Day. Father's Day is the work of the colonizers.
That's right.
We don't celebrate Easter. Easter is the work of the colonizers.
That's
we keep
right.
the Lord's Passover. We don't celebrate Christmas
That's
or
right.
Kwanzaa.
That's right.
You understand? Because our colonizers told Negroes that we were Africans, and we are not Africans.
That's right.
We were in Africa, and they and the Africans and Arabs helped to destroy and sell our people.
Right.
We
Right.
celebrate Purim.
That's right.
You understand? And the wars of the Maccabees. We celebrate, you understand, the feast of the dedication, Hanukkah. This is against the colonizers' customs. Our God is a black man.
That's
Our
right.
Savior is a black man.
That's right.
Our angels are black men. You
That's
understand?
right.
Our
That's right.
prophets are black men.
That's right.
Not Arabs, not Egyptians, not Africans, not Asians.
That's right.
Not all lives matter. We are doing the work of our lives matter. The children of the Lord, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand?
We do not subscribe to Christianity because that's the work of the colonizer.
Yeah, right.
Religion is the work of the colonizer.
That's right.
We are a nation who follows laws, statutes, and commandments. Here's one that we're doing, keeping the high holy day of the Lord, the Feast of First Fruits. This teaches blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians that you give up, you sacrifice the best of what you got and give it to the Lord. And you blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians that are on this TikTok, you know what I'm saying, that all you're good for is trolling. You need to send in to Commander General Yohana, the ISUPK, your tithes. That's what you need to do if you really know what's going down. Go ahead. Continue.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22. What will Tazar come? Quatazayar. Aratazakam. La'ah. Tachala. Pa'ah. Shadak. Shadka. Salaki. What Quatazayarka. Wala Quat. Quatazayarka. La'ah. Dalaquat. La'anya. Walagar. The Izab. Atham. Anya Yahweh. Alahayaka. Verse 23. Wayadabar Yahweh al Mashallah Amar. Verse 24. Tabar al Banya Yasha Allah Amar Bakadash Hashaba Ya'ayr Ba'akhad Lachadash Yahweh Lakam Shabbat one Shabbat Shabbat one Zakar one Thawar Wai Thawar Wa'ai Makora'ah Quadash. Verse 25. Chama mala'akam Ibad Ibadah la'ah that Aisha Wakarab from Asha la Yahweh. Verse 26. Wayadabar Yahweh al Masha la Amar. Verse 27. Aka but Aisha wa slake but Aisha wa slake war slake but Aisha war Lakadash Hashaba Ya'ayr Hazah Yawam Hakaparium Hawa'ah Makora'ah Quadash Yahweh Lakam Wa'anyatham Napashak Yakam Wahakorab Thum Asha La Yahweh. Verse 28. Wakama La'akam Slake Mala'akah La'ah the Aisha Ba'aitism Hayawam Hazah Kayayawam Kaparium Hawa'ah La Kapar Al-Yakam La Panya Yahweh Alahayakam.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22. And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest. Neither shalt thou gather any leavings of the harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the strangers.
That's a very important point.
Somebody had a question for you. They wanted to know, what religion are you?
We don't have a religion. Religion has nothing to do with the Bible. We keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments according to the Bible. The laws, the rules for the family of people that the Bible is written about, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Indian and Negro descent. We are God's chosen people, and the Bible is our records. You understand? Our records, these are the rules for our family. These are our family holidays. These are our family records, our present, past, and future. So we don't have any religion whatsoever. This is our race.
That's right.
Our nationality. These are the customs of our people.
Right.
And just as a sidebar, every religion is only the customs of that race of people and their gods. You understand? The Chinese have a culture and gods based on promoting their Chinese culture. Their various Asian cultures. These Indians have gods to promote their cultures with all of the deformities and different things that happen with their people and their beliefs. Our oppressor, the so-called white man, has created himself a white god with a white mythology around his white people to push white supremacy. The Arabs have created an Arab god to push Arab supremacy based around their Arab culture for their dominance. Well, the God of the Bible is the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The things written about and recorded in the Bible are for our dominance, our supremacy, and our culture. It has nothing to do with religion. These are the records of our people. You understand? This is our family, our nationality. All right? John, what you got? John, go ahead.
You send somebody else. Why don't you ask somebody else to do it for you? Yeah.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 23.
That's the time story.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying,
Oh, 1 second. The Lord spoke to Moses. This is a very important lesson that always needs to be highlighted. God does not talk to everyone individually. That is one of the worst things. Every nutcase, every child molester, every kidnapper, every drug kingpin, every witch doctor, every scam artist believes that God talks to them individually. Every mom, auntie, grandmother, pimp, everybody believes that they have a personal communication with God. To get that demon out of your mind, You do not have a personal relationship with God. Neither does your mother, your aunt, or your grandmother. I do not have a personal relationship with God. Captain Oz, none of us have personal relationships with God. We and you are all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are to obey the one man that God deals directly with. That's why it says, read that first verse you said, and the Lord spake unto who? Read that one more time.
And the Lord spake unto the children of Israel. Above that. It didn't say the Lord spoke unto Moses.
Lord spoke to who?
Moses.
The Lord spoke to who?
Moses.
The Lord spoke to Moses. The Lord didn't talk to anybody but Moses. The instructions that the Lord gave to Moses, Moses gave to the children of Israel. The instructions that God gave to Samuel, Samuel gave to the children of Israel. The instructions God gave to Elijah, Ezekiel, Jonah, Daniel, all of the prophets, that's how you get the word of the Lord. From the one man that God appointed. That one man on the entire planet, out of the hundreds of millions of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, God always chose one man.
Right.
It's always been that way. In the New Testament, Judas Maccabees was that one man. He died. He put his son in Mattathias. Then he put his son, Judas Maccabees, in charge. Christ, one man. Before him was John the Baptist. After Christ came on the scene, then Christ was that one man. Once Christ left, then Peter was who Christ put in charge. The Lord always dealt with one man, and everyone is ordered to follow that one man's instructions that come from the Lord. And if you did not follow that one man, you got killed in traffic stops. You got beat to death on camera. You got choked to death with a knee on you. You got gunned down in the streets. Like, this is what happens from now on. We end up in our neighborhoods being taken from us. We end up with no businesses in our own community. We end up with crack and heroin from all of the other nations of people that following other leaders besides the one man that God put in charge. Our people chose to follow them, and we got Islam and the cocaine that came with Islam. We got Christianity and integration and all of the diseases and the murder that came with integration. Like, the Lord spoke to Moses because Moses was who was in charge. And right now, Commanding General Yohana is in charge of every single black, Hispanic, and Native American.
That's right.
Until Christ returns.
That's
you
right.
Understand? That's how it has always been. All right? Keep reading, Bunker Show.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24.
If I could, somebody asked this question. What exactly are they even doing right now? I want to answer that. What we're doing is helping blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians separate from our oppressors' culture, from the colonizers' way of life.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you stay stuck and curious as to why these things are happening in your community, it's because we love America versus loving the Lord. It's because we prefer to do evil in the sight of the Lord instead of doing what he said to do, which is separate. That's what the law required of every black and Hispanic and Native American Indian. Like, we think we own us. When a man did something that was so extreme, nobody dares to do that, which was die for blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And nobody would ever do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us say, that's my homeboy. But guess what? Christ proved that he loved his people.
Right.
Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians that be on these social medias, y'all don't love your own kind.
That's right.
You prefer celebrating Father's Day. You prefer celebrating Christmas,
Right.
New Year's Eve, and all that. You prefer that. You know why? Because you're soft. You
Right.
can't be hardcore. You don't want to join your people because you feel like it's a burden to help you. Meanwhile, if you look at the other nations, what they do, they go all out for their people. You know what I'm saying? They really, truly care about their own people. But when it comes to us, we don't give two damns about us. That's why we're here, because you won't do it, so we got to take the charge. Our leaders won't do it, so we do it under command, General Honor. That's all I want to say. Go ahead, Salaki. I don't know what happened here.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of the trumpets, a holy convocation. Verse 25. You shall do no severe work, therefore, therein but you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying,
So it's showing it was already recorded.
Is it? That was six. That was
No,
seven.
that's 27.
Go ahead.
Verse 27. Also on the 10th day of the month, on the 7th month, that shall be a day of anointment, and it shall be the holy convocation unto you.
Day of atonement.
It's like a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and you shall afflict your souls and offering made by fire unto the Lord.
The day of atonement. You shall afflict your souls. That is what it's talking about. You fast for 24 hours. From sundown to sundown. You fast. That means no food or water for 24 hours to afflict your souls. You understand? That's what afflicting your souls means. It means no food, no water. All right. That's what the Lord is saying. Help you strengthen yourself spiritually to go without something that you need to survive. Without food, without water, you will die. After a period of time, you'll get sick. Your brain and body functions will stop functioning normally. You will get sick. You'll lose energy, and then you will die. The Lord knows and understands this. But for a period of time, the Lord wants to make sure that everyone who is not able-bodied, who is not a baby, who is not sick, who is not a child, that is able to fast sundown to sundown, that they are to do this every year. The Lord commands it so that we can focus on strengthening ourselves spiritually. You understand? All right, we keep going. Go for sure.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 28. And you shall do no work in the same day, for it is a day of astonishment. Atonement. To make a atonement for you before the Lord your God.
That's right.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 29 in the Hebrew. Kaya ka hanapash ashar la'ah the ta'ina ba'aitazam hayawam hazah wanakarath slagi konaratha ma'amya. Verse 30.